welcome back to Keim Farms. I'm Crystal, and today I have a ton of seed starting to do, a ton of plants to get started. I brought in a new shelf. This is in our dining room. We have shelves all over to contain some of the new seeds that I'm going to be starting. Let me show you just what we're going to be starting today. We got a lot to do. We kind of got behind on a few things and got to play some catch up. So we're going to be starting some snapdragons, some straw flowers, copper red straw flowers. I've shown you all these flowers in our other video. Some combines, some borage, some hollyhocks. We've got some cabbage, got some purple cauliflower, one type of spinach, another type of spinach, and two different variations of broccoli. We're also going to be starting our stalks, the flowers that are called stalks, and we will also be starting some onions for green onions and also some red bunching onions also. I'm going to be starting off with some borage. This is something I've never grown before, but it's supposed to help control pests in your garden, so I'm growing it for that. But it also is a beautiful flower, and parts of it are edible, which I have never done it, so we will see. I don't know what it tastes like or anything like that, so that's a fun new experiment. And then I'm also going to do hollyhocks. These were given to me by a friend. I started some last year, and they take 2 years before you actually see blooms from them. So I'm hoping this year I can see a bloom. I have no idea what color it is, what they look like, anything like that. So I'm pretty anxious to see what those hollyhocks look like, you know, if they survive, what color they are. I'm gonna go ahead and start a few more just because we have this seed, and I'll probably go ahead and just use this seed up because it's getting old, and see what we can get out of it, and we'll put them somewhere or sell them. Try to get all of this done in nap time before the little one wakes up. We will see how that goes. Yes, I used a dolly to bring in this dirt. Work smarter rather than harder, right? So it's a big old bag. Why not? So the potting soil we are using is not the best quality at the moment. This was some that we bought. It has quite a bit of sticks in it and chunks of wood. Moving forward, I'd like to get a better quality seed starting mix or potting soil than this one. But I'm going to use up what we have first before we invest in some more. See, like there, it's a big old giant stick. Now, a lot of people talk about how you want them loose. You do want to go ahead and push them down slightly. You don't want it compact because it's harder for the roots to go through, but you do want to put a little bit of pressure on it so that as you water it doesn't sink down and you have that gap where you're missing soil. What I have found when doing seed starting and pots and stuff, the easiest way to go about this is to do it in stages. You save a lot more time. So instead of stopping and going ahead and planting seed right now and labeling, if I would just go ahead and fill all of the flats with dirt all at once and then go and start the seeds and label, then it kind of seems to save you a little bit of time. You know, you're doing the same things, but you don't have to transition from one thing to the next. You kind of just move on through it. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do, is fill up all the flats. All right, got all 4 of those filled up. All right, we're going to get to planting all of this stuff. Got my copy ready to go. All right, I think I'm going to do half of this as borage and half of this as hollyhocks. Let's see. I like to use my marker as my little dibber dauber. Yeah, this dirt has a lot of sticks in it, more than I remember this brand having before. Too many sticks in it makes it hard for the roots to grow. So the brand that I really want to buy, I think it's Pro Mix. That's what I really want to go with. It is kind of expensive, especially when you're doing large quantities. So this one is just a little more chunky. The seeds will grow in it, they'll be fine, but if you get a better quality mix to start with, they do better. Your plants will do a little bit better, but you can do fine with just a cheapo one. Plants want to grow. You know, the fancy professionals have like a board with all these little spikes on it, and they'll just put the board on and smush the whole board down, and then they have their holes, you know, in one little smush rather than each individual. Someday, maybe someday, we'll get that fancy and that professional. We will see. Half a flat of those, and then these hollyhocks. I may do 2 seeds because these seeds are getting several years old. All germinate, I'm gonna have a lot of hollyhocks. That's all right. All right. Now we're gonna cover them up. I'm thinking these hollyhocks might be a pink or a red color. But I'm really anxious, and I really hope that mine come up this year that I planted last year and bloom and are beautiful. One can only hope. Make sure we label. Super necessary. Right now I'm only going to do 1 tag for each side, if we end up dividing them up to sell, or if we need more tags to identify them, we can add them in later. We'll just start with 2. Okay, 1 flat down, a bazillion to go. Not really, but a lot to go. All right, now for some snapdragons. I always think these are so beautiful, but I've never grown these either. This is a new one for me, lots of newbies. I might be trying too many new things all at once. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the camera and do the rest of these. Then I will show you what it looks like when we're all done. Alright, so I got all of the flowers planted, the 4 flats done of the flowers. You can see them here. I'm gonna take them and put them on the shelf, and then I'm gonna move on to the vegetables. So, little one's up, so nap time's over, so we'll see how far I get in the vegetables.